She said, Lindsay, always remember this. I said, what, Dr. Jensen? He said, we make ourselves sick because we're now eating an empty harvest. I went, well, what do you mean? He goes, our food, it's empty. It's like cardboard. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, it doesn't have the nutrients that it's supposed to have in it. It doesn't have the nutrients that it had 100 years ago. And you know what? Scientific analysis shows that he was right, right on the money. So lack of exercise weakens the glandular system. Stimulants weaken the glandular system. Caffeine, sugar, nicotine, lack of sunshine, lack of sleep and rest, lack of protein, chemicals and radiation exposure, which is what we talked about earlier, stress, and more stress. You know, all of these are critical because they do so much damage to the glandular system. And also, free radicals can damage the glands too.
What about the second part of my question, Dr. Lindsay? Tell us more about this free radical damage.
Okay, Sarah, we all know the example. You take an apple, you cut it in half, and you let it sit on the counter. What color does it turn?
Brown.
Exactly. What's causing the brown is oxidation. What the oxidation is ultimately doing is creating free radicals. Oxygen creates free radicals. Like it creates rust or like it rusts an apple, it rusts the inside of the human body the exact same way.
I thought oxygen was good for us.
It is, and we can't live without oxygen. But too much oxygen causes free radical damage. So that's why people who exercise a lot always have more or higher levels of free radicals in their body. So what's happening, a free radical is basically a rogue molecule, if you will. It's a molecule that kind of says, you know what, I'm not healthy and I'm not happy, so I'm going to go around and I'm going to attach myself to all of you good, healthy molecules, and I'm going to destroy as many of you as I possibly can, so get ready, because here I come. And then they go out searching and attaching. And when they attach to the good molecules, you can bet one thing, they destroy and they damage. Therefore, it's our job to say, okay, what can I do? What can I take? What can I consume to remove or to alleviate this damage done by free radicals? And that's where the Goji 100, the acai 100, the mangosteen 100, and the noni 100 all come into play. The most powerful antioxidant of all of them is by far the Goji 100.
How do you know that the goji berry is the highest antioxidant out there?
Well, because the goji berry measures the highest on the ORAC scale.
ORAC, what's that?
ORAC scale stands for oxygen radical absorption capacity. Basically, it's a measurement which is standardized, and it's a test that's been adopted by the United States Department of Agriculture to measure the total antioxidant potency of foods and nutritional supplements. This standard test was adopted by Dr. Cow, a physician and chemist at the National Institute on Aging in Baltimore, Maryland. It provides us with a very precise way of determining the free radical destroying or neutralizing power of a particular food, supplement, or even a compound. So, I'll give you an example. Everybody thinks that oranges are so high in antioxidants, right? And vitamin C. Well, oranges measure on an ORAC scale per 100 grams 750. Okay, so if you take plums measure 949. If you take raspberries, they measure out at 1,220 ORAC units per 100 grams. Spinach, 1,260. Blackberries, 2,036. Blueberries, which everybody talks about, the high antioxidant capacity.
It's a superfood.
Yeah, superfood. It's especially beneficial for the eyes, which it is. Okay, well, they measure out per 100 grams at 2,400. Guess what the goji berry measures out at? Take a guess.
5,000?
Higher.
10,000?
Higher.
30,000?
25,300 on the ORAC scale per 100 grams for pure, undiluted, unchemicalized, unadulterated goji berries.
Wow. There's no comparison there.
No. And then remember, we're talking about 25,300 oxygen radical absorption capacity. I will not go a day without taking Goji 100. Not a day. I don't care if I travel. And when I went to China, And in Western Mongolia, I bathed in it practically. The food wasn't that great, so I drank Goji juice. The Goji juice was unbelievable, and it was on every single corner.
I bet. Wow.
Anyway, so Sarah, I hope I answered your question. The secretagogues are critical for the glandular system. The king of all secretagogues is the Goji. And the second part is that antioxidants, powerful antioxidants that register very high on the ORAC scale are critical for destroying and consuming and detoxifying the free radicals that are damaging our good, solid, healthy molecules in our body, our cells. And the queen of all antioxidants, the highest on the ORAC scale, is the pure Goji juice, Goji 100.
All right, Dr. Lindsay, now explain to us how we use Goji 100 for both of these issues.
Okay, well, you use it the same way. You usually take Goji 100, 1 to 2 ounces in the morning on an empty stomach, and you should feel that secreting of the glandular system. And then you'll take 1 or 2 ounces in the afternoon also, if you'd like. And the same thing for the free radicals. To consume the free radicals, you do 1 to 2 ounces in the morning and 1 to 2 ounces in the afternoon.
When I first heard about the goji berry and goji juice, I went online and Googled goji, and about 1,540,000 search results showed up.
No.
Yes, and there were hundreds of goji companies selling goji products.
Oh, no.
This was quite overwhelming and confusing. How do you know which product is going to work?
Sarah, you've really hit on one of the things that's very frustrating to me in this industry. I've been in the nutritional supplement and the healing and complementary medicine industry for 25 years. Mm-hmm. And I tell you, it's very, very sad because of the number of companies that have come out with unscrupulous behavior and uncaring intentions and the desire to just make money, make a profit, throw anything out there on the market and not produce something that really is beneficial for humankind. And with Goji, because Goji went from basically being unheard of in the United States and in Canada to something that was almost like an overnight star or success in the nutrition world, you've got these companies that operate through network marketing. And not that I'm saying that all network marketing companies or multi-level marketing companies are bad, because they're not. But you've got these companies that just focus on paychecks, or just focus on profits or revenue or sales. And then when you break the product down, the product really doesn't have the goji or the mangosteen or the noni or the acai. It's all missing. And so it's especially true with goji. And so goji is, when you buy goji, you have to read the label and you have to become an expert on reading labels. And I'll teach your listeners now how to become an expert on how to read a label. First thing you look at is the part of the label called the supplement facts panel. It's usually in a box. Now, by FDA law, you have to put what is in that product on that label in the supplement facts panel where it says ingredients, and then below it where it says other ingredients. Mm-hmm. And if you read where it says ingredients, oftentimes it'll say, pure goji berry juice or reconstituted or concentrated goji juice or...
Sneaky.
Yeah. And then what they do is they'll put a comma. It's supposed to be a period now. It's supposed to be just goji. They put a comma and it says blueberry juice, and then apple juice, and then grape juice, and then peach juice, and then plum juice, and then guava juice, and then they try to get fancy by putting cranberry juice, good for the bladder,
right,
or pomegranate juice, good for the heart. So they add all these sweet juices, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with these juices, but they're not goji. Mm-hmm. Big difference than going and getting an apple juice from the U.S. and shipping 4,000 miles goji, pure goji from Western Mongolia or from Tibet.
Yeah, I bet.
So what happens is on the label, they have all these other juices. So you realize, well, you got 8 juices or 6 juices or 12 juices. Well, how much goji is really in there? And then when you have it analyzed, like I've done, you realize, well, there's 5% goji or 10% goji or 15 or in some cases 20, 21% goji. But still, people should not pay $30 or $40 or $50 a bottle for goji juice when there's only 19% goji juice and the rest is water and fruit juice. That's not the way I operate. That's not the proper thing to do.